like Sudan and the Democratic Republic of Congo, why are you creating an expedited path into the country for others but not others?
Because they're being killed, and we don't want to see people be killed. Now, South Africa leadership is coming to see me, I understand, sometime next week. And, we're supposed to have I guess a G20 meeting there or something, but we're having a G20 meeting. I don't know how we can go unless that situation's taken care of. But it's a genocide that's taking place that you people don't want to write about. But it's a terrible thing that's taking place, and farmers are being killed. They happen to be white, but whether they're white or black makes no difference to me. But white farmers are being brutally killed, and their land is being confiscated in South Africa. And the newspapers and the media, television media, doesn't even talk about it. If it were the other way around, they talk about it. That would be the only story they talk about. And I don't care who they are. I don't care about their race, their color. I don't care about their height, their weight. I don't care about anything. I just know that what's happening is terrible.
This is for the Americans. If you're not an American, feel free to watch, but please try and get it to the Americans. My name is Bianca van Wyk, born in South Africa, live in South Africa. Today you will be welcoming the so-called white Afrikaans refugees. They are there based on an offer made to them, which I must say was informed by disinformation about South Africa. Now, I've seen a lot of takes on who Americans think they are receiving. Okay, you are not getting successful, professional, white, middle class South Africans that are fleeing South Africa. The people you are getting are the people that believe that there is discrimination against them based on their race. Keep in mind, we live in the most unequal country in the world. We have, for instance, 70% of agricultural land and agricultural holdings are owned by white South Africans. 62 to 68% of top leadership positions in corporate are filled by white males. There is a huge salary disparity between white South Africans and the rest of the population. And there are a number of other indicators which shows you that the story of discrimination based on race is false. Another thing that I wanted to say is that you will get certain so-called refugees that have experienced crime. However, in South Africa, no one is exempt. These people that you are welcoming assume because they're white, they should not experience crime. The people most affected by crime in South Africa happen to be black people that live in poverty. So, as you open your doors and welcome people, and you're going to get a lot of information and disinformation from these people, please do keep that in mind. Oh, I also would like to say all the best and good luck to the Americans.
This afternoon. The Deputy Secretary of Homeland Security and I just met with this first flight of South African refugees to arrive in our country pursuant to the President's executive order about certain egregious actions in South Africa. The President made it clear that Afrikaners in South Africa who were the victims of unjust racial discrimination would be welcome to come to the United States.
Get ready for the greatest entitlement in you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans' lives to see in front of your faces. First of all, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations to all the brothers and a few sisters out there unto his like foreigners from the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Shalom in the Hebrew, which means peace. I guess I'm keeping my eye on this one. But get ready to see the greatest entitlement that you ever seen in your life. You thought these American dogs are bad? Wait till you get to these assholes that's from down there. And why I said that for? Because logically, they're the same people with the same situation. And that same situation that they have is they're entitled. So, in case you haven't been living under a rock, and what was it? What are we in May right now? Shit, time is going by fast. Why do y'all about you shine? Since Trump been in office, there's been a whole campaign of getting rid of the migrants, even passing certain laws. Basically, America is being invaded. Forgot about the name which law it is. Forgive me. I'm just doing this off the fly. But all this great, we got to get rid of the migrants, passing laws, sending them home, giving them $1,000 or making them pay $1,000 to go back home, whatever. All this shit. Yet they open the doors to their own kind. I did two shows yesterday about this, and this thing is moving quick. They automatically brung some. You hear even about was Ukraine. Even with Ukraine, you hear that there's a lot of bread lines. I seen a commercial, the bread of butter, something like that. The bread of Europe. Now there's a bread line for bread over there. Some crazy nonsense like that. And this is all the Lord's doing once again. But we're about to see the greatest Slakia. I guess it's just the season. I don't know. The greatest entitlement that we have seen in a long time. And people just don't get it. What does this really mean for the average person? The average person that's dealing with poverty, that can't even get it. I seen Governor Newsom of California telling all the California states. He's the governor of the whole entire state. But all the different sections, regions, whatever you want to call it, cities. And what did they say? To get rid of all the homeless, the tent cities and shit like that. To get rid of all of that. Who is that targeting? That's targeting the poor. Now the poor can't be poor anymore. They can't even live off the land, which is even more insulting. All right, let's show you this man is the devil that the Bible speaks of. That's right. Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, are the devil. They come from South Africa, Europe, wherever. They are the devil that the Bible speaks of. For you to sit there, even in the scriptures, there was a welfare system for the people to live off the land. But these assholes have private land and they don't share with no one. Nor do they care. This is why this injustice that's taking place on the planet Earth is going to be met with the same strength that was given. Matter of fact, that came in my mind right now. Let me get this one real quick. If I didn't say it, we'll give all praises to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, The honors and apostles and elders of great millstone. Salutations to all the brothers and a few sisters out there. I don't know if I said it or not. My nose just feel weird. Well, let me get this. Micah, get that one first, and I get to the Psalms. Micah 2 and 1. It says, "Woe to them that devises iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it's in the power of their hands," which is talking about the elites. All right, they the ones that causes all this chaos on the planet Earth. They the ones that's given the orders to do certain things. Like I stated in the previous video, I forgot which one it was, but Europe has been doing the sad story of migrants coming to their land way before America was. Why? Because America was attacking. Not America, sorry. All these wars in the Middle East that America started led the refugees to go into Europe. And the Europeans have been crying about this same problem that America's crying about. But the only difference is, well, we don't know what's going on over there. They probably do the same thing, not with the South African refugees, but they probably did it with other, maybe most likely Ukrainians to Europe. They have no problem with that. But when it came to the other people that they lands who they screwed up, they use their campaigns to make it look like these are the worst people on the planet Earth. So they covered fields, which means lands. They steal lands. All right. They take them by violence. Ever since 1492, this man is running a rampage on the planet Earth. As the British, the French, the Dutch, the Spaniards, Poland, they ran amok throughout the four corners of the earth. And in a place called even South Africa, they colonized that. The great colonizer is pissed because the people, can you imagine that? Can you fucking imagine that? Somebody takes you home and then you finally get the motherfuckers out. Now they want to cry. They want to cry foul. I forgot what movie it was with what's this guy? Something Porter. Damn, what's this guy's name? This is his shit. It was a good movie. I forgot the name of the movie. Slovakia. It's in my head, but it was based on South Africa and how the South Africans was being treated by the Europeans, the colonizers, and how they was oppressing them in their own land. Literally was oppressing them in their own land. And one of the main characters, the antagonist, so to speak, Sidney Poitier, he was in the movie. Let me see if I can find it. I hope I wasn't watching nothing foolish. Sidney Poitier was in the movie. And Sidney Poitier played a role of a guy who came back out of prison. And he was being watched over by the government. And throughout the whole film, where is it? Movies. Why didn't he give me I hate when he does that. Just give movies. Give me a list. I know exactly what it was. Something with a W. It was actually a good fucking movie, yo. So why normally we'll just give you a list of things. Now I gotta go through this stuff. Whatever. Okay, this is confusion. Like I said, normally we'll give you a list of movies. Not biggest movies, man. Just give me the guy's movies. Oh, Henry, Sidney Poitier. I know I put movies, yo. No, what the? Usually Wikipedia will pop up. I went to all. What's going on with this? Not videos, images. I don't care about that. Oh my goodness. Sidney Poitier movies list. Let me see. Oh, I spelled it wrong. Slovakia. Nope, not Heathen Nights. Nope. I know it when I see it. I'm recommending this movie to brothers to watch. I believe it came out in the 70s or early 80s, this movie that I'm thinking of. And still, it does not give me a list like I want. Wow. What's your movies? Yo, what's going on? Usually, when I look at people's stuff, it'll just pop up. Alright, you got me on one thing. Now, why is this? No, this is not all of it. Lily Fields, nope, that's not it. Shit. Really? Wow. Alright, let me see if I can just find a picture. If it shows up. This thing is so annoying. Movie list, Sidney Poitier. No, Sidney Poitier. What did you? Sidney Poitier. Yo. Usually Wikipedia will just pop up in this thing. Okay, now we cooking with grease. It's not Mandela. When I see it. The Will Be Conspiracy. Check that movie out if you haven't seen that. That's the movie. Finally. And this movie is based upon, it's in 1975, right? It's based upon the mistreatment of the South Africans. Right? And show you how he colonized South Africa. I wish I could get a better thing, but whatever. And how they was hunting them down and doing all sorts of matters to them, killing them, and so forth. I just sort of. Oh, I'm sorry, I spelled it wrong. This is the movie. It says an English engineer, Jim Kagan, Michael Caine, and a black anti-apartheid activist, Shaq Tuan, Sidney Poitier, going on a run together in 1970s South Africa at falling for the foul of the police. So when you watch this, I'm not kidding you not. It's one of those old school movies, but when you watch it, you get into it. Then when they get the revenge, you like you feel it because we understand what's going on. So the whole premise of the movie was to get to another guy. So they used the character of Sidney Poitier to get to another guy, but the whole movie see the mistreatment, how they being treated in their own land. Okay, in their own land. Now some South Africans are Israelites and some are not, but overall the Lord did a number on the people of the earth with these people. that's in a position of power. It says they covered fields and take them by violence, and houses and take away. So they oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage, and that's what they have done. Even if, not only there, Australia, they did the same goddamn thing. Now the people, the what you call it? Not people, but the colonizers that colonized America, that colonized South Africa, Australia. They were prisoners. All right, these were the scumbags of the British Empire. These were the worst of the worst, the criminals, the convicted. So they had two choices: go to prison or go to these land and be exiled. So what the fuck you think they did? They went to go down and take these lands, and by their government, they took over. They colonized. So these people are the same violent people that's crying about crime and this, that, and the third. They criminals. They're natural born criminals. Okay? Matter of fact, I was going to get this, but Job 30 and I saw that one. But now they that are younger than I have me in derision, whose fathers I would not disdain to have set with the dogs of my flock. This is Job speaking of the wild man / Edomites. All right. When he mean younger than I, meaning they lesser than us. Okay. He was describing a particular people. The nerve of these people to sit there and say that men, black people would evolve from apes, carry this. They the ones that carry the same. I actually can't even insult an ape like that, because the way these devils go, what the scriptures call them, the bases of men. Even gorillas, apes have more civil. They're more civil than they are. Okay, and the world's about to see that. The whole world is about to see that. And the key thing is that Job saying, "Look, I won't even put them near my dogs." Why? Because they're known for what? Bestiality. They're known for bestiality. All right. Yeah, where too might the strength of their hands profit me, and whom old age was perish. From want and famine, they were solitary, fleeing into the wilderness in the former time, desolate and waste, who cut up mellows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat. So they ate anything that they could get their hands to. This is a Neanderthal. All right. It says they were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as after a thief. So what does it mean by driven from among men? Meaning what? They wasn't accepted by everyone. Why? Because they were natural born thieves. Okay? They were natural born thieves. Like soon as you get thief. This is the characteristics of these Edomites. But they the ones that want to go around calling other people thieves, rapers, and robbers and murderers. But their history speaks for itself. They go into other lands and steal it. They literally steal people's land. They had no business to be in South Africa at all. None whatsoever. No business. But yet they were there. And then they go into that land, then they'll oppress the shit out of them. I forgot there was a certain slogan that man said. He said, I hope I could get it on YouTube. I didn't even never look to see if that movie was on YouTube, yo, to be honest. But there was a scene that the guy said that pissed me off, even pissed me off, but I understood it, you know. And the man said, let me see if I can remember how he said it. I don't know if they even have it. YouTube is not like it used to be. Yeah, YouTube is not like it used to be. But he said something to the extent of, there ain't that many whites that's there, but they is for their controlling interest that they keep everybody in check. Roughly paraphrasing. No, don't worry. I'm not gonna get it. I'm gonna be able to. That's too much. So this is their history that Job is speaking of. All right. This is the same characteristics of these people today. Here's another key: to dwell in the clefts of the valleys and the caves of the earth and the rocks. This is why they call themselves Caucasians. All right. Out of all places in the planet Earth, they equate themselves with the Caucasus Mountains. And that's not even where they're originally from. They live, well, the land that they took, the Lord allowed them to have, was south of Judah, which was Mount Seir. All right, that's where they're originally from. But Mount Seir, they're also caves. Matter of fact, let me see if I can find. Let's see. What am I doing? Let's see. La 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 la. Mount Seir. Today. Da 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 da. I mean, come on, bro. If like you can't see it, these motherfuckers are natural born cave dwellers, yo. There's another picture. There it is. Don't this look like Rome, Greece? This is how they lived. So it hasn't down packed. These are the natural cavemen. All right, that so happened to colonize the whole planet Earth. And why? Because that was the blessing. Wow, Petra, the site of ancient Edom, by Pharaoh Jenkins. So this is Petra. All right. Look at this. This is exactly like Rome, Greece. All right. Well, look at the pillars. Also, America, the Vatican. All right. Look. This is the exact same damn structure. So Mount Seir is still to this day exists. So it says, among the bushes they bray, meaning they didn't speak nothing. There was a mythos, which was not a mythos at all. It was called the Wild Man. That's these people. Hairy mother effers. It says under nettles they were together. They were children of fools, yet children of base men. They were viler than the earth. Now, in the Hebrew, it doesn't have that impactful definition when you look up valor. But when you go to the English now, let's go out of here. That was Mount Seir. That's where you damn devils are originally from. All right. Some of y'all dwelt in the Caucasus Mountain. A lot of y'all are originally from Mount Petra, Mount Seir. Vile, extremely unpleasant, morally bad, wicked. So these are the most morally bad, wicked people on the planet Earth. Okay? It says, and now am I their song, yea, I am their byword. So Job was going through a situation where he was once rich. He lost it all in one time. He caught nothing but pure hell. And these people thought they were better than him. And you fast forward to this day, to this very moment, these devils they sit on top. So they don't necessarily have to bray in the bushes. All right? They don't eat from their grandmother's skulls if they choose not to. Okay? However, they think that they're better than blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. They think that they're more civilized because they think they have laws, statutes, but they go by. All the laws and statutes that they come from, they got it from black men. All right? Everything that they have ever had was from other people, from other cultures, mainly from quote unquote blacks. So now we're put in a position of a low position. They think they're better than us. That's why the Lord got them. Said they abhor me, they flee far from me, and spare not to spit in my face. So Job was going through it, even the less, and the scripture says the basis of men. But what is the Lord really doing? He's showing. He'll show you the origin. He's showing they're all about. This is the Lord's masterpiece. Ezekiel 24, and I start at 5. 4. Gather the pieces thereof in it. So this is what the Lord is doing. All right, this is what the Lord is setting up right now. So gather the pieces thereof, even good pieces, the thigh and the shoulder. Fill it with the choice bones. So he tell them, like, look, go make a stew. Right? This is how the Lord is bad, man. Everything that the Lord did, he was showing something. And it says, take the choice of the flock and burn also the bones under it. Make it boil well, and let them seethe the bones of it. Wherefore thus saith the Lord, Yahweh, woe to the bloody city, to the pot whose scum is therein, whose scum is not gone out of it. Bring it out piece by piece, let no lot fall upon it. So when you read the context, he was talking about Israel. But Israel, wherever Israel goes, it applies to those that rule over them. So what is that bloody city? America's that bloody city. Wherever these people have went, all right, in case you people can't grasp, like, why you guys always talk about this stuff? Let's look at the aspect of the colonization of Europe, Africa, South Africa, Australia, and America. What was done? It was bloodshed. Bloodshed was done throughout all these regions. All right? And the scripture tells you in Numbers, I'm not going to get it, I'm just going to quote it, 35 and 33, that the land cannot be cleansed unless those people who shed the blood, their blood be spilled. So America is a bloody city. All right? It says, for her blood is in the midst of her. She set it upon the top of the rock. Now you know who's really talking about America. What America's on the top of all. Okay? She poured it not upon the ground to cover it with dust. So in the ancient world, when blood was shed, any blood, animal blood, human blood, dust was supposed to cover it up. But the Lord's like, look, y'all didn't even do it properly. So you're gonna have to pay for that. That it might cause fury to come up to take vengeance. I have set her blood upon the top of the rock. that it should not be covered. So all the sins of America, all the sins wherever Esau done, been, the Lord has not allowed that thing to be covered. All right, it's still a stain on his. He's still pissed for what they've done. Let me prove that real quick. Hold on. Let me read on. It says, "Therefore, thus saith the Lord, Yahweh, woe to the bloody city. I will even make the pile for fire great. Heap on wood, kindle the fire, consume the flesh, spice it well." The Lord is spicing it well. All the scumbag on the fucking planet Earth, every last one of them, they all here. They're here, the descendants here. Some of them have 2 or 3 generations of people. All right? And they're the same scumbags that did all this vile shit. That's what the scripture says in Isaiah 14 and 7:21 about. Matter of fact, I gotta get it. I don't know why I can't quote it right now. No, I don't have to get it. I don't have to get it. Everybody knows that one. Basically said, for the iniquities of their fathers, prepare slaughter for their children for the iniquities of their fathers. So, the Lord is spicing shit up. Everybody just thought it was just one thing. It's just going to be just the quote-unquote Americans, Edomites, that was going to have to pay for it. Pay for that. The Lord is bringing it all. This is why America is the way it is. Everybody gets upset. It's like, nope. This is our land. Go home. Go to your own land and so forth. And no, it would have been dull. This has really, really been about the Lord putting everything together. All right? It's to let the bones be burned, then set it empty upon the coals thereof. And what's going to burn this fucking place? ICBM nuclear missiles. All right? So you got the scumbags of South Africa. You got the scumbags of Europe. You got the scumbags that was born here in America. You got the scumbags in Canada. You got the scumbags everywhere. Shit, Caribbean islands. Scumbag in, you know what I'm saying? All over the world. This whole entire region land is based upon scumbag play, man. And so the Lord is not done with this fucking place. It says, set it empty upon the coals, that the brass of it may be hot and may burn, and that the filthiness of it might be molten in it, that the scum of it may be consumed. So the scum of the world is going to be consumed. That's why heavy judgment, scripture says in Revelation, the 18th chapter, that his sins reach up to heaven. So his sins have reached up to heaven for the necessary judgment. This is why there's a great gathering that's taking place in the shores of America, whether you people like it or not. This is it. All right. Now I made a statement. Malachi, I'm gonna just bring it out. 1:4 says, whereof Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. So wherever they was taken down, from the Greeks to the Romans, even to the Americans. 9/11 happened. They tore down their own and rebuild it. They all have this notion of continuously building. Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. They shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord have indignation forever. So if somebody called, that the scriptures describe as the border of wickedness, meaning wherever these people go, wickedness follows. This proves that these people are the worst pieces of shits on the planet Earth. Wherever they go, death, destruction follows. So this man keep adding up more scum of the planets, more wicked of the planet to this place. For what? To be judged. The great judgment is coming. I believe I had one more scripture. Oh yeah, well, I passed that stage. But yeah, wherever they go, they cause trouble. That's what it says in Habakkuk 2:4. Matter of fact, yeah. It says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith. So the souls in these people, these bases of men, vile of the earth this cave dwelling citizens, their souls are not upright. They don't manage life. They don't care about life the way it's needed. Well, scriptures tell you, Proverbs 12:10 says the righteous man careth for his beast, but the tender mercies of the wicked is cruel. So even in that sense, it's cruelty when they try to do good, because when they do good, they're being wicked. When they're being wicked, they are right. But compared to everybody else on the planet Earth, these people are the wicked. So they just keep adding on because they can't multiply. So they have to add more of their own kind. Yeah. Also because he transgressed by wine, which is his philosophies, he is proud. He's a proud man. Neither keepeth at home. Who enlarges his desire as hell, as death cannot be satisfied, but gather unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. And that's what's happened. This is why America is a great melting pot. All right, the term melting pot is just that, like a gumbo. And gumbos are disgusting. They put whatever roadkill, whatever they can find to throw in the pot to eat. So this is America. This is America. This how America thinks. I believe. Oh, it was it just hit me. What is it? Lethal Weapon. Was it 4? No, 3. Lethal Weapon 3. With the South Africans. And it show you how proud those devils were. How evil they were. And how much shit they was getting away with. Even in that film. It's movies are documentaries, man. One wise man said it when it was describing about Terminator. It said movies are not movies, they're documentaries. And the documentary that's being told, Esau Edom, wherever he goes, trouble follows. Terrible, horrible, horrific behavior takes place. This is why he has to be taken out. He will be taken out. And the ultimate judgment is what? Those ICBM nuclear missiles. So, and with that being said, Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel. Shit is about to hit the fan. Shalom.